Hey guys, what's up in this video on compare the specs and features of the Sony Xperia Z2, the newly announced device that was announced today, 2 hours ago, versus the Sony Xperia Z1. So I'm going to be comparing the specs of both of these devices. So first of all, starting off from the display, we have a 5.2-inch display on the Sony Xperia Z2 versus a 5.0-inch display, slightly lower display in terms of size on the Xperia Z1, and both displays are 1080p HD displays. And the PPI on the Xperia Z2 is 424 PPI versus 441 PPI on the Sony Xperia Z1. So the previous Z1 has a higher PPI than the new Xperia Z2, but the Xperia Z2 has a new color LED technology that is not in the Xperia Z1. So when we talk about the PPI is less as compared to the previous Z1, and both displays are TFT HD technology displays. And in terms of the software, we have the Android 4.4.2 KitKat on the Sony Xperia Z2 versus the Android 4.3 Jelly Bean on the Sony Xperia Z1. Sony Xperia Z1 will soon be updated to the Android 4.4.2 KitKat soon. And also in terms of the weight, the Sony Xperia Z2 is very lighter as compared to the Sony Xperia Z1, at about 158 gram versus 170 gram on the Xperia Z1. And also in terms of the waterproofness and dustproofness, both devices are waterproof and are certified by IP58. And under the hood, the Sony Xperia Z2 has a slightly improved processor, the new Snapdragon 801 processor versus a Snapdragon 800 processor on the Sony Xperia Z1. Basically, the processor on the Xperia Z2 is a quad-core 2.3 GHz, whereas the processor on the Sony Xperia Z1 is quad-core 2.2 GHz. But the difference here is that the new Snapdragon 801 chipset has a 45% faster imaging processing than the Snapdragon 800. And in terms of the GPU, both devices have Adreno 330 GPU, no difference there. And also in terms of the RAM, we have 3 GB of RAM on the Xperia Z2 versus a 2 GB of RAM on the Xperia Z1, and the built-in storage of both the devices are 16 as well as 32 GB, and we do get the storage expansions options on both devices, micro SD slots. So, and also in terms of the battery, we have 3200 mAh battery on the new Sony Xperia Z2 versus a slightly lower 3000 mAh battery on the Sony Xperia Z1. Lastly, the camera department, we have the same 20.7 megapixel camera on both devices with the LED flash, and both can record 1080p HD video. However, the new Xperia Z2 comes with 4K video capabilities, which also exceeds the 1080p recording that we get on the Xperia Z1. So, as well as this device can also record 1080p HD video at 60 frames per second, but still there's no word about the optical image stabilization. So both devices have currently the digital image stabilization. So the optical image stabilization currently available in the G2 and the G Pro 2 with the OIS Plus. So definitely this is a drawback there on the Xperia Z2. And of course, looking at the specs on the paper, there's not much of a difference between these two devices. If you are owner of Xperia Z1, you don't have to update to the Xperia Z2 because there's not much of a difference. Both are tremulous and also almost same PPI, no Quad HD panel as rumored, but of course, we will see the real life performance of this device soon. So yes, thanks for watching guys, and subscribe for daily tech videos. Check out my channel for more comparison specs between other devices and the Xperia Z2. And I will see you in my next one. Like this video if you enjoyed, and yes, peace out.